If you look up abs workouts on YouTube, you'll find 15-minute brutal core blasts with 12 different exercises, zero rest, and a timer ticking down on screen. And look, they'll make your abs burn. But burning calories and making a muscle grow are two completely different things. Your abs are just like your biceps, chest, or quads. If you want deep, thick abby blocks that pop even at a slightly higher body fat percentage, endless light crunches aren't going to cut it. You need progressive overload, stable positions, and heavy mechanical tension. In fact, you don't need a 10 exercise routine. You literally only need two movements, one that works your core from the top down and one that works it from the bottom up. By the end of this video, you'll know exact execution, how to load them, and the one mistake almost everyone makes that completely kills their ab development. Before we jump into the first movement, let's look at what we're actually trying to target. The main muscle everyone wants is the rectus abdominis. That's your six-pack. Its main job is spinal flexion, literally flexing your spine to bring your ribcage closer to your pelvis. Notice I said flexing your spine, not bending at the hips. When you do a standard sit-up with a straight back, your hip flexors are doing 80% of the work. Your abs are just sitting there holding tension statically. To make your abs actually grow, you have to take the muscle through a full range of motion under load, stretching it out at the top and fully flexing the spine at the bottom, which brings us to exercise number 1. Exercise number 1 is the kneeling cable crunch. This is hands down the best top-down movement for overloading the upper and middle section of the rectus abdominis. Why? Because unlike body weight crunches, a cable allows you to apply measurable, progressive overload over time. When 50 pounds gets easy, you move the pin to 60 pounds. Here's the exact technique to make this hit your abs instead of your hip flexors. Step 1. Set the pulley high and grab a rope attachment. Hold the rope right beside your head or ears and keep your hands locked in that position the entire set. Don't pull down with your arms. Step 2. Anchor your hips. Your hips should stay high and completely still over your knees. If your butt is sitting back onto your heels as you crunch, you're using momentum and hip flexors. Step 3. Think about curling your rib cage down into your belly button. Imagine trying to roll your upper torso into a ball. Squeeze at the bottom for 1 full second, then control the weight back up until you feel a deep stretch in your stomach. Quick question for you guys before we hit exercise 2. What's your current go-to AB exercise? Drop it in the comments below. I'm curious how many of you are doing 500 sit-ups a day? While the cable crunch works from the top down, exercise number 2 attacks the abs from the bottom up. The hanging knee raise, or hanging leg raise once you get stronger. This targets the lower region of the rectus abdominis and forces your core to work against gravity while stabilizing your body. Now, pay close attention here because 90% of people in the gym execute this incorrectly. Most people just swing their legs up to 90 degrees. Their legs move, but their waist never flexes. If your pelvis isn't tilting up toward your chest, your abs aren't doing the work, your hip flexors are. Here's how to fix it. Don't focus on bringing your feet up. Focus on rolling your pelvis upward. Think about curling your tailbone in toward your belly button at the top of every single rep. Once your knees come up, give that extra squeeze at the top to roll the pelvis. If hanging from a bar causes too much grip fatigue or swinging, use a captain's chair armrest station or do them on a slight decline bench. Because we are training the abs like any other muscle group for hypertrophy, you do not need 100 reps. Treat them with the same respect you give your chest or arms. Train them 2 to 3 times a week at the end of your session. Do 3 heavy sets of cable crunches for 10 to 12 reps, focusing on adding weight when you hit the top of the rep range. Follow that with 3 sets of hanging raises for 12 to 15 reps. That is literally 6 total sets per workout. If you do these with genuine intensity and controlled eccentrics, your core will be completely exhausted. Now, I have to state the obvious before we wrap up. Building thicker ab blocks with these 2 exercises will give you the underlying structure, but you still need to get your body fat low enough to actually see them. You can't crunch your way out of a bad diet. Combine these 2 movements with a reasonable calorie target, and your abs will look completely different in a few months. If this simplified approach was helpful, hit the like button. It really helps a smaller channel like mine get pushed in the algorithm. And subscribe if you want straightforward, no-nonsense lifting tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.